we have a team building tutorial in Madden. Okay, so if you don't understand how to build a team in Madden, this is the place for you. I'm going to use the New York Jets as an example. I know the team very well. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at the roster. First things first, roster build in Madden. Okay, here we go. So we've got a rookie quarterback in Zach Wilson. He's got some ability. You can see he's rated very well for a rookie. So he has the ability to come up. So, and when I say come up, get better on a week-to-week basis. Rookies get better faster than veterans. So this rating isn't bad. He could easily be an 85 by the end of the season, especially with 90 speed. So they're saying that Zach Wilson can get out of the pocket, scramble, and get some production with his legs. That's big. A 91 throwing power. They're saying he's got an arm. They're saying he's decently aware. He can change direction, so he'll be able to, he won't lag in between his movements as much as some of the other quarterbacks. He's got some accuracy. You see 85 deep throw accuracy. That is big. That is big. I hope it is that in real life. But the deep throw accuracy is absolutely huge, because if we can get the ball down the field with some accuracy, we can make some plays. And if we can make some plays, we can open up the underneath stuff. And it's not bad underneath, but it really should be a 90. But he is a rookie. He still has time to learn. Throwing on the run is pretty good at an 86. Throwing under pressure, I mean, you're really looking at a pretty good prospect to develop. I don't think it's any secret why the Jets drafted him number 2. They saw all the same characteristics. As far as the team build, we're really going to have to do something at running back. We're going to have to go into free agency and make some upgrades. We can't go in. I mean, Tevin Coleman's a good running back, but we cannot go into the season with uncertainty at the running back spot. When the best running back on your team is Tevin Coleman, do I think he could make some plays and score some touchdowns? Absolutely. But do I want him as my starting only running back and maybe a little bit of Michael Carter thrown in there? No, I don't. I do think Michael Carter is an excellent developmental prospect, but we're gonna look and see what we can find in other places. I think we're great at wide receiver. We did on a previous video, we did do a roster outlook, and then we have a Mekhi Becton. We at left, so left tackle's great. We definitely need a tight end, without question. We need a tight end. Left tackle's great with Mekhi Becton. We all know what he can do. Elijah Vera Tucker, first round draft pick, solid competitor at the left guard spot. Connor McGovern, we could use an upgrade at the center spot, but he's not bad. I think he, only 27 years old, will continue to get better. I would like to see an upgrade here, but we can only do so much with one season. Right guard, we need somebody here. We cannot go into the season with a right guard like this. We're going to have to either make a trade, or to be able to win year one in Madden, we cannot go in with Alex Lewis being our right guard. We just can't do that. He can be a backup and a rotational player. We can get him in there, get him some plays, but he can't be our starter. And Fant, we cannot have a backup right tackle as you just can't have too many backup players, and that adds up to deficiency. We're going to go ahead and place Carl Wilson as a right end, not a left end. Okay, that will strengthen our defensive line. Very good. Here we go. Yes. Ronald Blair, good player, solid. I think he's better than that 72. He's just coming off a year where he got injured. But you can see some of the athleticism here. Very strong player. Zuniga, high potential player. Carl Lawson, Vinny Curry. Huff will get some playing time. Not bad. Interior defensive line, great. We need some linebackers, but we do have, some talent. There is some talent here. These guys, they are at least at the minimum athletic, to say the least. Okay, very, very good. I think we can kind of see where we got to go. Let's go into free agency and see what's still available. I mean, remember, we're trying to win a championship for the New York Jets, year number 1. Yes. Okay, so Mitchell Schwartz, a right tackle, coming off an injury, but they're saying that he's going to still play up to full potential, full capability. Let's see if we have enough cap room.
This is the development trait. Superstar and super. This is the abilities tab. Here you can see what ability.
Okay, so they're saying we got $71 million still yet in cap room. I don't know how accurate that is, but we are going to use some of this cap room. Yes, absolutely. We are going to sign Mitchell Schwartz. He's a 94. He's 31 years old. He'll probably be good until he's 33. Absolutely. Melvin Ingram, man, he really helps out our defensive front at an 89, 31 years old. Gives us another solid pass rusher up front. Now we can play around with our defensive ends. Richard Sherman would add some much needed.
This player has a zone ability. This is a powerful ability that can be
much needed experience to that secondary. I think we have a lot of young guys with a lot of ability and speed, but they're young, they're inexperienced. They're not ready to be number 1 corners yet. Richard Sherman, he's got the experience, he's got the know-how, he's a perfect fit for our defense. We're going with Richard Sherman. And then, let's see. From here, it gets interesting. You got Malik Hooker, a former first-round draft pick, rated as an 81. So, if you're planning to play Madden franchise year after year, this is a no-brainer. You got to do this. You have the ability to get somebody on a prove-it contract, a 1-year deal that's a former first-round draft pick that could be a future superstar for you. Definitely bring him in. And then we need some experience and know-how in our linebacking core. KJ Wright, another perfect player, scheme fit. He's going to fit everything that we want to do. Okay. Then you have Avery Williamson. Right now they're saying he is currently a free agent. I'm going to let him play my outside linebacker spot. Absolutely, I'm going to bring him back. We got a pick for him last year. We're going to go ahead and bring him on back. Let him play that left outside linebacker spot. And we really need some depth at linebacker. We have a lot of young guys learning. They're very athletic, but they are learning. It's going to be a tough year with guys learning. Now, guys can learn coming off the bench and playing in a rotation, but to really, just absolutely kill it and try to compete, we need some linebackers. There's no question. Okay, so at the running back spot, we talked about it. We need a running back. So Todd Gurley, former top 5 running back in the league. Yes, I'm bringing him in. Le'Veon Bell, it's been some years. Hasn't fully recovered. But you know what? He's got 1,000-yard potential. He's got experience as a starting running back. Yes, I'm bringing Le'Veon Bell back for $3 million. Absolutely. He was good enough to pay him like $12 to $15 million. He's good enough to pay him $3 million. All right. So now we got to cut some players. We're going to have to make an adjustment.
Easily see. Here are some recommendations to get you started.
All right, let's go. We're far from done loading up with talent. We still need a right guard. I'm going to stick with Elijah Vera Tucker at left guard. Alex, yeah, we need a right guard. Now, this looks great. Mitchell Schwartz with George Fant and Chuma Adogwa. Now, I can use George Fant as trade bait at this point to try to get a guard. I like that idea. Gonna have to probably give up a draft pick as well. Probably. Maybe not. Okay. We're doing what we have to do to compete for this year. We're not trying to just absolutely. Okay, so we've got multiple players that they're not showing CJ Mosley. But we know we got CJ Mosley, Deshaun Phillips. I'll keep him around for right now. Noah Dawkins, will keep him. All right, Lamar Jackson. I think we can move on. We've got a lot of young corners that are a lot faster, and I don't think he's making the team anyway. So let's go into the trade market and see what's available. In the trading block, we're looking for a right guard and a tight end. Naheem Hines, good solid running back there. Okay. Scotty Miller would actually be interesting trade bait. Not a bad player. We don't need another slot receiver though. Okay, Foster. Not okay. So this is not the route we're going. Okay, so we are gonna go do a manual trade. None of the players that the other teams are offering look anywhere close to the caliber that we need. They're not starting caliber players. William Teller, somebody that jumped off the map and got better and really made a name for himself. Yeah, absolutely. I would love to have him, but I love having 2 first-round draft picks next year as well. We are looking to compete, but I think the asking price for Teller would be unbelievable. Brian Winters, that's interesting on the Cardinals. Good offensive lineman. Former Jet. Cardinals look good up front. Not bad. Much improved. With dynamic wide receivers. Oh my, look at this. Hopkins, AJ Green, Christian Kirk, Isabella, Rondell Moore. I mean, the list goes on. It's pretty extensive. Max Williams. Wow. Okay, so they've got some talent over there. James Conner is a running back. I mean, these guys are loaded. Eno Benjamin, good-looking second-year player. Chase Edmonds. I mean, the list. I mean, they've got some serious weapons, but I don't think that we're trading for Brian Winters at this point. He has starting experience. He has experience in New York, but we're looking for a little bit more. I don't think Kansas City's really going to trade him away. The asking price for him would be too great. Zach Martin, yes. Again, I would love to have Zach Martin, but only $500,000 as a cap hit. Wow, great player for not of. I mean, that's a bargain. Brandon Brooks, not bad. Chris Lindstrom, good prospect. Aaron Banks, a rookie, but still, he's a developmental player. Not a lot of dynamic right guards in this league. A lot to be desired, actually. Let's take a look at that Carolina front. Added a veteran at the left tackle spot. Greg Little going in to play some guard. Okay. So there's some potential here. I think the look continues on here. Holy cow. Shaq Mason would be interesting. But what's the asking price? Okay, we're coming out of here. I'm gonna do this different. We can go into the roster area and view the entire NFL and see what the fall off is, and really go up to NFL from your team to the NFL. Now, what the right guard position does for you is it dictates your impact, your push in the middle of the field, and especially in the running game. I mean, everybody's going to pass block, but your right guard and right tackle dictate the running game. So if you want to run the football with any kind of success at all, you want a good right tackle. Strength is good, but you need somebody with some balance. Good, decent pass protection. Good in the running game as well. See Ziegler, he's good in pass protection, but the run blocking leaves you with something to be desired. Let's see what they want for David Cat. We'll add a veteran who's probably got 2 to 3 years. Let's see what they want for Castro. Okay, they're looking for a right tackle. So let's put up a guy like a Fant. Let's see what... No, very low interest in Fant. Okay. Alright, but it does generate some interest at least. They are looking for a left tackle as well. They're looking for a corner. They're looking for a center. And a quarterback. Wow. I mean, they're looking all the way around the board here. Well, we're not trading them Zach Wilson. At corner, let's take a look at this. Got Richard Sherman. These 4 top guys, we're keeping all of them. The rookies we just drafted, we're keeping all of them. Hardy, let's see what they think about Ballentine. We're just trying to generate some interest. That's it. That way, when we go to offer a draft pick, there's already at least some interest sitting there. See what they think of a 3rd round. We're just testing the waters. So the 3rd round, they like the 3rd round. They like the 2nd round better. Let's offer them a higher level, anticipated higher level pick in the 3rd round. See, that almost gets it done. So we find somebody better than at corner than Ballentine, which is Gitry. Ooh, I don't know about that. Gitry's got a lot of speed. Let's take a look. See, if we trade away McGovern, we get a much better player in Castro, but we have a hole at center, which would lead to our next trade. Let's see what happens. And they have accepted. So we have an upgrade at right guard, but we are left searching for a tackle. Or excuse me, a center. So let's go to our tackles. Our center. Let's go to our center spot. See what's out there. We're looking for an upgrade at the center position. See, if you get a young player with a high rating, he's going to cost a lot of... The evaluation of that player is very good. If you bring in somebody that's 29, 28, and he's, you know, a high mid-range player, they're a little easier to get and get solid play from in year 1. Somebody like an Alex Mack. He's 34. He's a little bit old. So it's with Alex Mack, it's on a year-to-year basis. He's still rated very, very well. So they're saying that he's expected to perform at still a high mid-range, upper-tier player, but no more. And every year there could be a decline, but you've got future drafts. He would definitely be an upgrade. Corey Lindsey would be a lot better. Slightly higher rated, not much, but he's 29 years old. Or Ryan Jensen. That way you're making a trade. You don't want to trade away a draft pick for somebody that might just be a 1-year player. You want to at least get 2 to 3 years. If you got to trade away a 3rd round or a 4th round draft pick, you want to get those high level 2 to 3 years instead of just 1. And maybe you might get lucky and get that 3rd year. Let's take a look at what we're looking at here. Yeah, let's start out with Ryan Jensen. rated an 89 overall. Okay, so they're looking for a little bit. They want some pass rushers. So, got Ronald Blair as the left end. We just added some players here. Let's see what they think of Vinny Curry. Let's just see. Okay, not much interest. Not much at all. And we just added a Ronald Blair, but this is a Madden build. We are not doing what the Jets should be doing. Okay, so no interest there. They've got some needs along the offensive line. Let's see what they think of Alex Lewis. Let's see what kind of interest. So the yellow means that they do regard it, so they do have at least some interest there. So again, we want to build interest with a player. That way we don't have to give up a first-round draft pick. Okay? So let's see if we can increase that outlook. By adding Vinny Curry. Slightly. Okay. Now let's see what kind of draft pick we've got to give up. And evaluate our future versus right now and see where we go. So off from a third-round pick. Excellent value. So we already upgraded our right guard spot. We brought in another pass rusher in Gordon. So Alex Lewis was really obsolete. Vinny Curry. We've got some younger guys to develop, and now we have some veterans at the pass rusher spot to help us out. So really, I think Jensen, I think he's got 3 years left in him, maybe more. You might get the fourth. But I think 3 years is a pretty solid expectation. And I think he's going to help other guys on the team get better. You got a rookie quarterback, and now we've got a solid right side of the offensive line to go along with our very young but very talented left side of the line. So that makes the entire roster look better. Our wide receivers that we just brought in, Corey Davis, you've got a young player in Denzel Mims. It makes so we got Becton. We've got Elijah Vera Tucker. We went out and got a Ryan Jensen. We went out and got David DeCastro. And we got Mitchell Schwartz. And also we gave up some players that were supposed to start for us. And 2 third-round picks. And then some long shots maybe to make the roster. And we have upgraded our entire offensive front in doing so. Now, we will suffer a little bit. When you do this, you won't have a third-round draft pick next year. But it's either suffer this year or suffer in future years. And I would rather have a higher production rate year number 1 and develop the team that you already have at a higher level, rather than try to sit back and wait year to year on the draft. Okay? So now with Richard Sherman, Bless Austin, and Bryce Hall, that looks a lot better. Gitry, because you have Richard Sherman with the experience of a number 1 corner. You have Hardy. I mean, I think some of these guys are going to end up on the practice squad, though. So let's take a look at our cornerback spot. Yes, I want to develop some corners, but I want some production right now. No, we are not giving up multiple first-round picks for one player. We're not doing that. We are looking for some solid production out of a good, solid player. That is all we are looking for. Okay? Byron Jones would be perfect, but I don't think Miami's going to trade within the division. I don't think that's realistic. A Darius Slay would be a solid addition. Okay? Now, Denzel Ward, we would probably have to give up multiple first-round picks for him. here's the point, because we don't have a third-round draft pick. This is a point where it becomes a little more difficult. Giving up a second-round pick is unadvisable. You really don't want to do that unless you get a player that's 25, 26 and is going to be on your team for, good 4 seasons, and going to continue to develop. Other than that, we come down into this range. A veteran, not bad, but a younger player like an Adoree Jackson. A lot of ability. He's still going to develop. You have Deontay Jackson. A lot of ability. Still going to develop. A lot of speed. Let's see if we can... I'm going to go with speed. I'm going to go with Deontay Jackson. We're going to try to make a trade here for a serious upgrade at the cornerback spot. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to upgrade the player that I want to upgrade. So I want to keep our top three. So Gitry would be the player that I want to upgrade. What's the interest level with Gitry? Very low. Okay, so now we understand that we got to move a player. Now we can sign a backup left tackle. So we'll see what younger players, even though they're rated a 62, can generate some interest. He didn't, though. They are not interested in Cameron Clark. Okay, let's see what other players they might have an interest in. We're not trading Elijah Vera Tucker. We're not trading first-round draft picks. Again, we're just trying to generate a little bit of interest before we offer. Let's see if we can offer our backup quarterback and generate a little interest there. Nope. Now another thing we could do, because we want to keep the team together, we could offer Gitry. Can offer a 4th rounder this year and a 2nd rounder next year. And now we know okay, so that works. So we upgraded Gitry, and we gave up a 4th rounder this year and a 2nd rounder the following year, but we have a year to make a trade to get that 2nd round draft pick back. Not that that's the priority, but we have a year to do so if we can do it. Okay? So that we are way better now at every position on the field. We look outstanding. We look like we are a team that will develop. We look like a team that is ready to compete. We have 2 starting caliber corners with Bless Austin, who has starting ability and experience. He's not a starting NFL quarterback corner yet, but he's getting close. He's going to develop. He's going to be that someday. And then Bryce Hall, he's got some experience, not a starter, but he's going to come in at a high level and make some plays for our defense. A much better outlook for our defense. Went out and signed, KJ Wright. Went out and brought in an Avery Williamson. Bring in some of the old Jets back because they're available. And if we play Avery Williamson at a left outside linebacker spot, he's going to be an upgrade. He's going to come in with some know-how, and he's going to do some things for us. And then on the offensive line, okay, we're established on the left side, but the right side is to be questioned. And now with Ryan Jensen, David DeCastro, and Mitchell Schwartz, we have experience and talent, ability. It just looks so much better. Now you can develop young prospects like Zach Wilson, like Denzel Mims, like Elijah Moore. These guys are going to develop now. Even a guy like a Braxton Berrios with that kind of protection for a quarterback is going to have a little bit more opportunity to get some things done. Corey Davis could look outstanding. All right, you definitely don't want to go into the season with just low-rated wide receivers. The rating here, even though Corey Davis is probably better than his rating, you don't want to start off the season necessarily, but with the youth of our roster, that's why I'm going to do it. With Denzel Mims, he's got some speed, he's got some ability, he's got some catch radius. 1 year, and he's young. So 1 year could change everything for a Denzel Mims. And you have some other guys that are solid performers that could play at a high level. All right? Well, that'll do it for this episode. Thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing. We'll continue on in the next episode with our Madden build. Have a great day, everyone.